Yeah.
Am I clear to you?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay. What's up with you, pimpin'?
Man, same old shit. Chilling, you feel me?
For all y'all
Trying to get
just
it in.
for all y'all just tuning in, I got my brother, my motherfucking player partner, my motherfucking brother from another mother, man. Scoop, motherfucking D.O. motherfucking double G from Hoodstarz. What's up, player partner?
Straight up. Man, you already know, man. 100% hood star, 50% of the group. It's the ugly black nigga scoop. What's happening?
What's up with it, man? What you been up to, man? What you? I'm again, man. We got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Uh,
Straight
Tell the
up.
people who you are, what group you from. Give them a little discography on yourself, and then we're gonna start from the beginning.
All right, for sure, man. I'm Scoop. Like I said, man, from the Hood Stars, man. With me and Band Aid, we started the Hood Star shit back in '04, but I was rocking with Totally Insane back in the day, from '98. You feel me? From the '90s, you feel me? I started off as a kid. You know what I mean? Just following you and Mac 10 around, man. Just trying to get on, man. Standing outside Sin House, trying to get to them dollars, man. You know what I'm saying?
For all
But
y'all's unaware, you talk
yeah,
about
man.
Alberni Street, 1016 Alberni Street, East Palo Alto, Midtown.
Yes,
Y'all know.
the house of pain. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me? When we had to vacate at 5 o'clock, consent was coming on from work. You feel me?
Real
I'm really
shit.
one of them boys. Nah, but yeah, man, we started off right there though, man. After unfortunate situations, you feel me? You went down for a little bit, for a lot of bit. You dig what
For
I'm
real.
saying? And Ken went down. You feel me? Me and Ben formed the Hood Star group right after he came home, and we just been rocking ever since, man. Trying to put some name on East Palo Alto. You feel me?
Yeah, for
On
real.
the Bay Area, just trying to you feel me?
Man, y'all definitely did that, man. Hoodstarz is definitely one of the legendary groups coming up out the Bay. And like I said, I told Black Sea the other day, I'm not gonna just say the Bay because y'all nationwide, out the West
Straight
Coast.
up,
You feel what I'm saying? Y'all more than just in a
straight
in a
up.
small Bay Area box. Y'all nationwide with it. Like you said
Hell yeah,
before,
we've been trying.
when you were young, who was your musical influence growing up? You know what I'm saying? That person that gave you that spark to be like, man, I could really fuck with this music.
But my whole style and the whole way that I rap and everything that I you know what I mean over the years and the cool part about it is I adapted from these people and didn't even try to sound like them. But my favorite rappers coming up was Sibo, Spice One, and MC8.
Hell
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? I mean that was just the one. Besides, you know what I'm saying. Besides Pac, you get what I'm saying. But really, when I was growing up, Pac wasn't really uh, um, he wasn't really doing it like how he was doing it in the later years. You
Right,
dig what I'm
right,
saying? As far as when the Strictly for My Niggas came out was different from when the All Eyes on Me and the Machiavelli Tupac. You dig what I'm saying?
right, right.
So before he really was cracking and all that, it was Febo, it was Spice One. You dig what I'm saying? And it was and MC8. Them was the ones who I was really like, okay, these niggas is getting it. It was because Febo had that flow. Febo had that serious that flow. You feel me? That I was trying to do.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Spice One, he had that delivery.
yeah. Hell
He
yeah.
had that delivery and that flow and that that I don't know, it's just them two, but they was really doing it for me back then.
Shit, hell yeah. I feel you, man. That's a good little list. That's a good inspiration list right there. Shit, that's two of the best to ever
For
do it
sure.
right there. Um,
Hell yeah.
at what age did you know you had the talent to rap, or what age did you come out the shell and start showcasing your talent? Because I'm pretty sure you had it for a while.
It was and I remember back in the day when King of Death. If you don't know about King of Death, that was a 10-man group before Tony and Saint was formed. You feel me? When it was KOD, bruh, and I seen you, Doc Louie, Brucey B, Tiny T, and the rest of y'all, you know what I'm saying, just doing y'all thing, bruh, and coming from where I come from my, you know what I'm saying, from my area, and I can immediately touch on how dope that was. It was just inspiring to me. So I was like in grade school doing like having somebody beatbox for me while I rap. You feel me?
Hell yeah, yeah.
So it was early on for me that I was like, you know what, this is what I want to do. It was real early on, like grade school for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember, we a little bit older than you, But I remember hearing in the neighborhood and at school that, man, young Scoot over there at Willow and at Menlo Oaks over there ripping niggas. So we used to,
Right.
we big ass niggas coming over, walking over the bridge to come over to Willow Oaks and witness you
To come get up, to come check
demolish
it
them
out.
young
Yeah, I
niggas over
remember,
here.
bro.
Man, this nigga, man, for
Hell
all
yeah, I
y'all
was
that don't
young,
know,
bro.
for all y'all that don't know, man, this dude right here is, at a young age, was vicious with the mic and vicious with the pen and vicious off the top of the dome, and hands down one of the best rappers I've ever witnessed. Hands down, Scoot. And I tell everybody that.
Yeah, man.
I was at Mall Barbershop the other day.
Blessing.
I was at Mall Barbershop today. This real shit. You can call him right now. And I guess you let him hear some of your new shit. And he was like,
yeah,
man,
hell yeah.
He said, man, Scoot is finna release a nuclear bomb on these niggas. I said, man, that nigga ain't never not released a nuclear bomb on these niggas.
Right. And I went back to the school dog, you feel me? I'm like, now what I'm doing, I got that, I brought that old school flow back, you feel me? It's gonna be real choppy, real, you know what I mean? It's gonna be real complicated and real tough. Y'all gonna be like, oh, okay, this is the old school. I remember him.
Now,
period.
I'm gonna go back a little bit. We still going in the same story pattern. So you was ripping dudes at school. When did you first get into the studio and record a demo?
First time I ever went to the studio was one is at Lakeview. Shout out my nigga TC. You get what I'm saying? Shout out my nigga TC, bro. From Frisco, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to whole hundred. But I always tell people my career started in Frisco, you feel me, with TC. You dig what I'm saying? Because I didn't even know how to count bars. You know what I'm saying? But when I was following y'all to TC and y'all finally let me get on the mic, you know what I'm saying, at TC, then I started feeling like, okay, when I heard myself on the playback, I was like, oh, okay, I can really do this. Like, this could be something. And then Chuck was making Break 'em Off with Chunk. And the first time I ever recorded and heard myself on the CD was Break 'em Off with Chunk. I did a hook for Chunk called Game Don't Laugh. That was the very first time. And I did that. After I did that, I'm like, okay, we got this. And that was just only a hook.
Yeah.
But he let me get that hook because he knew that I was rocking with y'all. He said that I was already doing my thing. He heard me around the neighborhood, and it was on from there. I ain't stopped going to the studio since then.
Now, a lot of people don't know, but you've recorded solo albums before. Tell
and I recorded I've been recording the solo album. Now, shout out my dude Selfie too. Happy birthday to my dude Selfie. His birthday was yesterday.
Oh, happy birthday, Selfie.
Happy birthday to my boy Two Tip. But me and him was talking about this about a while back in in Texas. Like, bruh, you had an album when you were 15 called The Fluke.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? A solo album called The Fluke when I was like 15. You feel me? I had a solo album called Attack Formation. You know what I'm saying? When me and you was putting it together. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't dig, but the thing about it is like timing is everything. You know what I'm saying? With this music, timing is everything. But you know, a lot of stuff happened, and I don't regret none of that because all of it is like a growing experience, and all of it is a good experience. I did one more recent. You know what I'm saying? Like when all my homeboys went to jail in that federal thing, I did another one. You know what I'm saying? Because they was talking about that they was gonna have to do a lot of time. You dig what I'm saying? So we was just preparing ourselves for him having to go do that, and plus his lawyer wasn't wanting me to release no music with Band-Aid home.
Right.
So fear the prosecutors bringing that up at trial if we were to have to go to trial or something. So I started doing another one. I did videos and everything for that one. But fortunately, Band-Aid was able to make it out of that situation, and we got to really get out how we wanted to.
Right.
I did several solo projects. I got solo songs that I do that I don't release because, like, you know, I do this music because of the love of the music. If you do this music for some money, then you're going to be broke. You better go get you a style. You dig what I'm saying? Because making it in this music industry is like making it in the NBA. You can be the dopest player in the world. You might have to go play in Canada.
Yeah. That's real talk. Yeah, that's real talk. So after, you did a few solo albums. I'm gonna interject a little bit of Totally Insane story in here because this is, you know, Mac 10 caught a case. We had did our third album. We was finally off Intermittent Records. We was finna start working on the next album. Mac 10 catch a case. Me and you come together. We decide to record an album called Bomb Threat.
Right.
In between recording the album Bomb Threat, Mac 10 came home, and we took some of the songs that we did for the Bomb Threat, So Real, The News. I forgot what the other songs was.
We basically redid the album, and we basically just redid it.
We basically redid the album. Okay. After that, I called my case. Mac 10 wasn't doing the music no more. Everybody in Never Legal kind of like, I think D-Dal caught a case, G caught a case, Money Mark started rapping.
Yep.
And the last man standing was you and Band-Aid. How did y'all sit down and devise the scheme to come up with Hoodstarz?
See, the thing about it, all right, see, I was again working on the solo album, working on some solo shit, and Band-Aid came home. When Band-Aid came home, I was at the end of the album that I was working on.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Band-Aid, and I had Band-Aid come over there to Redwood City at Paul House. He recorded a couple tracks. And a few weeks later, I had a show with Sean T. They used to have this thing in San Jose called Hip Hop on the Green.
Right.
And so I was performing with Sean T. I had a set at that show, so I was going to do like a 15-minute set, and I wanted Band-Aid to come do the song that he just made because it was gas. It was a song called Who You With. And we did the song. We got to the getting ready to get on stage, and I'm like, bro, let's put together this song, and then we're gonna do some more. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't even think Band-Aid. I didn't record my verse. Band-Aid recorded his verse. I hadn't even recorded my verse, so I was just gonna get up there and come off the top of the dome. And that's what we did. After we did kind of good at the show. Everybody coming up to us like, man, that was nice. Y'all need to do some more music or whatever. So we started doing more music. In the midst of this, Boo, my homeboy Boo, and Band-Aid older brother Nate had just came home, and they was working on a magazine called Hoodstarz magazine. And Boo and Nate was also working on a store, trying to put out a store called Hoodstarz Clothing. You feel me? So that was, them was our folks. So they was like, shit, y'all might as well put an album out together. You know what I'm saying? And let's promote the store and the magazine and the group all together. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, okay. Nate was like, we're going to call y'all the Hoodstarz. Y'all two going to be the Hoodstarz. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. We're going to promote everything together. So we came out with the magazine. We had the Hoodstarz clothing store, and we had the group. So we decided to just cross-promote all three of those together. Right. And it worked out for a while, you know what I mean? Our city kind of small. We're in a 2.5 square mile city. And we really don't outsiders don't really come to East Palo Alto. So the store didn't really work that well. It worked for a minute, but it didn't really work, you know what I'm saying, that well. The magazine was doing good, you know what I'm saying? But we kept pushing with the music, and everybody started kind of like gravitating to it because it ain't really been no music like that come out of Palo Alto since Tony Insane, since we was running that Tony Insane, you feel me? And Tony Insane was in Ad was in jail. And you already know me and Mac 10 is kind of the same. And you and Band-Aid really got that hustle. You feel me?
Yeah.
Me and Mac 10, we'll sit back. We really don't give a fuck. If it ain't really about no money, then we ain't really tripping. You feel me?
Right.
You gonna go get it. You gonna go get it. And Mac 10 ain't gonna have no choice but to come with you and go get that. And that's the whole concept. What gravitated me to be like, okay, man, Band-Aid can do this because Band-Aid got that same hustle, he got that same attitude, he an asshole, just like Ad.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit, that's just gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't been in the car with you and Mac several times, and y'all done went and picked up checks, though.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like big checks. You feel me? So I'm already like a believer of this music shit, and I already done seen it, know what it can do. So I'm like, hell yeah, we got this. So from there, that day on, we go in the studio and we started recording the the first Hoodstarz album.
What was the first song y'all recorded as official Hoodstarz song?
The first song that we recorded as an official Hoodstarz song, I believe, was a song called we did a song called That's What's Up.
That's What's Up.
We actually did a video. It was a song called That's What's Up. We actually did a video and everything. We recorded the song in LA. We had, because we was just making noise, you know what I'm saying? We was making a lot of noise, and everybody was gravitating to us. We had Warner Brothers Warner Brothers had a sub company, a distribution company called 88, and they was interested in it. So they came out. They sent the representatives out, and he helped us map out our whole first album, which we recorded mostly in LA.